Okay, so the project I have is, this is a handlebar off the VMAX, which sadly I never fixed it. I thought for sure that it's fixable, it's just a big job, but it stopped running again. No, I don't know what to do with it. I may still get it running, but for now, it's just going to sit in the shop for a while until something happens, whether I give up on it or continue with it. But so this handlebar was a weird design. It had a little thing that came out here, and then it was a T, and then the T mounts on the snowmobile. But see, this part doesn't really matter because on the skidoo, the clamps are like right here. So I just checked. I think everything on here can be split, meaning all the parts on here could go on this without removing the handlebars, which is good. This handlebar I think should go on there. And I already made a video of taking all this stuff off, so I'll do a time lapse of that because it's gonna take a while. I'm gonna grind this hump off. Okay, well that handlebar actually fits on there almost perfectly. The only thing I don't like is most handlebars have like something here to keep your hand from slipping off when you're side carving, but that's almost perfect. And this is steel. The last one on here was aluminum, so let's see if I might not even need to buy one, actually. This one's pretty good. The only thing is there's a rubber here. Something rubber there, so the throttle doesn't quite go over as much as I'd like it to. So your hand is, I actually kind of wish the throttle stopped about here, but to make it do that, it's not worth it, because you have to take everything apart just to make the throttle, that's not really an adjustment, because, I kind of ride it like this. But this is good. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be this good. That's nearly as good as the last one I had on there. It looks a little weird. It's supposed to be straighter. Like, there's supposed to be a straight handlebar on these newer mountain snowmobiles. But that is also the 20-something-year-old 90s sled. Maybe almost 30 years old. That VMAX is. But no, that's pretty sad. I tried to get that one working. I put quite a few hours of work into these. But this one wouldn't run for some reason. If I could get it running and I knew it would run and the fuel pump would work, then, it just needs body work. Like, you pull this stuff up, bend that back over, weld that, fix that, and, after that, put the side panels on. I have the belt. Actually, the belt for this is on the Arctic Cat right now. for some reason. Not the Easy. A Bearcat. And these ones, our neighbor actually has a snowmobile similar to this. And, you know, I might buy it because when I remember, you know, maybe about almost 10 years ago when I was probably 10 or 11, I saw a little old snowmobile. It was a John Deere, actually. And I just really wanted, you know, I became obsessed with little old snowmobiles. And from that day on to now, I've always wanted a little old snowmobile. So, if I can either buy the one that the neighbor has, or maybe he'll sell it. Yeah, I think I could buy that one. You know, this one, you know, I really wanted to save these, but they're so busted. Like, you know, the body work is fine, but the engines are bad in them, and the clutches were seized on there. I could not get those off. I pried on them with a 4-foot bar, and they just fell apart when I tried to use the tool to pull it off. I can't see any threads in there deep down other than the bolt that goes in there to hold the clutch on. So, you know, normally there's like threads in there. You screw something in and it pulls this off. But I could not. No, maybe there's a tool for that. But I don't know. I didn't think that there was any other way to get that off. But I mean, you know, maybe I could find it. I did take pictures of this. Maybe one of my homeschooling teachers is a writer. He's kind of a computer whiz. So maybe we could find one of these engines or 2 engines online, like on Marketplace. Maybe someone else has got some engines for sale, Panthera engines. So if I got an engine for this one and this one, you know, that's less work than on the VMAX. Like, everything else is fine. The hood is not falling apart. So put the engine in there, pull this up with a tractor, and you got a snowmobile. And a gas tank, you can probably buy just a gas tank at a hardware store. Or actually, I do have a gas tank. The same model as this. This one, that thing's haunted. That's the only hole in there. So this gas tank, if I just plug this gas tank should be fine. It's supposed to be there, so this gas tank's okay. This one, I have another one, the same model as that. I could put it on here. No, none of the gauges would work or anything. And I'd have to rig up a choke, and they don't look like they're worth fixing, but the steering's fine on them. So, no, I want to fix these badly. These are light as a feather. One hand, look at that, light as a feather. I've always wanted a little snowmobile like this. So, actually, the neighbor, my uncle bought a trailer axle off of the neighbor. So, we broke another axle. So we're going to have to buy another axle off of him. And then me and my uncle will go over there and I can ask him about his snowmobile. His snowmobile, no, he's got lots of old stuff at his place. It's similar to this. He said, I asked him, does it run? He said, it runs, it just needs a stator. So that's pretty minor, or a coil or something. But he might sell that one to me, and then I could use this one for parts, or I don't know, maybe I'll just get, if I just got an engine for these, everything else is doable without too many extra parts. But this VMAX, if I got it, I'm not desperate to fix this. It was fun, but it wasn't that much fun. It's not designed right. So, I don't know. Maybe neighbor will trade me for a discount on his snowmobile. If I give him this one, he'll give me less. He'll charge less for the snowmobile like that one that he's got. So, because he's a genius mechanic. He could probably figure out what's wrong with this. He'd rebuild everything. But, this one needs body work, and it would never be perfect again. The hood would never fit properly. But I thought, if I got it running, then I would be working on the body and getting this one fixed up to the point where you can drive it. But it wouldn't be as agile as it has been. No, this didn't take that long to make those parts. But, I might try again, see if I can get it running. I think the carburetor, I just need another one of these carburetors to make it a dual. Like, I still have these things. So, what might end up happening is just get a couple of carburetors to fit these, and then maybe that's the problem. Maybe this engine requires 2 carburetors to run. It just doesn't get enough fuel from this little carburetor. But other than that, I'm not sure about this one. I'm also not really sure about those, but I've always wanted a little old snowmobile, so I'm positive I'll get something going on, whether I buy the neighbor's snowmobile, trade for this one, or I don't know. I mean, this one has potential. There might be something that I'm just not doing right to it, but I mean, this snowmobile is good for parts. Like, there's lots of good parts on here. The clutch is good. It's ski steering parts. They don't make a lot of parts for these VMAXs. So these VMAXs are really rare. So, the engine, even if it doesn't run, it's got 99% parts. No, it's got 100% parts on it. If it doesn't run, it might just be the coil or something in there that doesn't work right, but I'll read some. With these zip ties, if you cut them on this side instead of on this side, then you can pull this part out and you can still stick that through and you can still use them. Okay, well, that's in there. We got the Bearcat a bit muddy, but no, I could hardly get it in there. Usually when it's, usually right when it's starting to be the end of the year, there's no dirt here, and the snow blows in here, there's ice, and it has a bit better traction on ice and dirt, because the skis slide easier, so. Like, I put it in here once already, but never really. Then I needed to use it again, so. It's in here for the year, and then next winter I'll pull it out again. And there's some of that junk in there I'll have to move. And then eventually, if I get one of those Panthers fixed, I'll try to move this over a bit, move some of this stuff out of here. I should try to move the bears. Well, maybe not. But then I might be able to get one more snowmobile. One or two more snowmobiles in this way. But it's parked now.